everyone. Just setting up here for my class that's going to begin in about 12 minutes. I'll see you soon. I'm just checking the tech setup. And if you have props, then I suggest you gather them. Maybe a bolster. If you have bricks, have them right close to you. You may need them and a strap as well. And I'll see you in a bit, in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, hi everyone. I think it's officially time to begin our class. Welcome to Vinyasa Yoga. My name is Amit Heri. And today's class, we will be focusing on some standing postures, which are always good for the legs and the hip joint, for the entire body, of course. Also gives you a little bit of a workout. At the same time, we're also going to focus on opening the body, and for that purpose, it's good to use some props as well. So as you can see, I have a couple of bolsters there, 2 bricks. I also have a strap over here. You may need that, and I'm going to at some point also use the wall to do some of some of the postures. So if you have any wall space in your space that you're practicing, then maybe just keep that in mind for our practice today. Um, let's begin in a comfortable seated posture in Sukhasana, which is I'm sitting in a variation where my heel is close to the pelvis at the perineum, and the other leg, the foot, is in between my calf muscle and the back of my thigh. Now, of course, your hips have to be a little more open for this variation. If especially you find that your knees are high up like this, then it's better for you to sit on a bolster. Let me just show it to you. It's better for you to sit on a bolster placed horizontally and cross your shins, just the shin bones, cross them in front like this. In a variation of Sukhasana, move the flesh from under the buttocks to spread the to spread the sit bones. Flex your feet and placing your hands at the roots of your thighs. Bring the weight to your sit bones, the center of your sit bones. Allow the weight to drop and then push down gently on your thighs with your feet flexed and allow the knees to relax down towards your legs and towards the floor. Keeping your awareness at your sit bones, notice if the weight is more on one sit bone than the other. And you can move your torso from side to side to balance that out and bring the weight evenly spreading between both the sit bones. Once you have that, lift your sternum up, take your shoulders back, and release your hands to the floor or your props. Bring your elbows towards each other to lengthen the spine from the lift of the sternum. And as you take the shoulders back and bring your elbows towards each other, it will also widen the front of the torso. Relax the tailbone and lift the lowest back rib in your back body, lengthen it up so it lengthens the back wall of your abdomen as well as the low back. Stay there holding the body with your actions. And then bring your awareness to the 12 major joints in your ankles and balance the position as well as the actions around your ankles, between left and right, your knees. The action could also be a relaxation. In this case, the knees relax and relax them evenly between left and right. The sit bones descending evenly. Shoulders moving back and down, balance between left and right. Elbows, the position, and wrists, balance the position between left and right. Now, holding your body there with your actions, close your eyes and keep everything as it is. Just bring your hands to your thighs, palms facing up, continuing to lengthen your spine, relax your hip joint, descend the lower part of your body into the earth, and extend the upper part towards the ceiling. Head neutrally over your spine, chin slightly down, and soften your throat. Relax the skin on your face and rest your eyes. This will help to bring your nervous system and emotional body to a more neutral place. And then just observe your breath as you breathe naturally for a minimum of 5 rounds. Good. And then open your eyes, please. We're going to do a few variations, spend a little time in mountain pose, Tadasana. Now, some of you may need your belt for this. And of course, you can use a belt that's made specially for yoga, or you can just use a regular belt, normal belt that you use for your clothes if you'd like, if you don't have a belt especially for yoga. And just let it hang on your shoulder on one side like this. We're going to use it a little later, not right now. And let's begin in mountain pose, Tadasana. Your feet can either be hip distance apart, like I have it here, or the feet in classical position. The feet are together, big toes are touching, and the heels are slightly out. Now, whichever variation you take, what is important is that your heels move slightly out and that the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. Usually, when we stand with the heels in. I'm exaggerating, and the toes out like that. And that creates some stress in the sacrum and the low back. So, at least in yoga, we can correct that from our practice. So, make sure that the heels are out slightly and the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the edges of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Of course, for a strong foundation, the wider surface area that you have on the floor, better it is for a strong foundation. So lift your right foot up, lift the toes up, just stay on the heel, and then flex the toes, stretch the skin at the sole of your foot, push the big toe mound to stretch the skin, and then release the front of the foot down. Do it on the other side. Lift the toes up, push the big toe mound, stretch the skin at the sole of your foot, and release it down. And that's with a nice wide base. Lift all your toes up. Now we'll come into the legs a little bit more. Lift all your toes up, bend your knees slightly, and push down on your big toe mounds, the little toe mounds, and the center of your heels, and begin to straighten your legs and knees. Activate your thighs to lift the kneecaps up. Spin your inner grinds back. And if you can see in my image, there's a space in between. The inner grinds are spinning back, and there's a space in between my legs, even my upper thighs. That means the inner grinds are spinning back. Yeah, and that may not be the same for everyone. Depends on your anatomical structure. but activate the thighs, spin the inner groins back, lift your sternum up, take your shoulders back, straighten your arms to the side, palms facing forward, energize your arms, and now relax your toes, but keep the action in your legs. Some of you may be able to drop the big toes and the little toes only and lift the middle toes up. This helps to isolate and articulate the action of the muscles in the legs. Then drop your tailbone slightly forward to bring it to a neutral position and lift the lowest back rib up like you did in the seated posture to lengthen the back wall of the abdomen. Head neutrally over the spine, chin slightly down, and hold your body with your actions and begin to refine the actions between left and right ankle, left and right knee. Lift both kneecaps up evenly. Left and right sit bone depends on the activation of the glutes. Notice if one glute grips tighter than the other, balance between the two. Left and right shoulder, left and right elbow and wrists. Good. And then relax the actions. Stand in a more relaxed expression of mountain pose. You can even bend the knees a little bit and the elbows a little bit, and then just stand in a more relaxed version. Now we're going to do some variations with the arms. So first bring your hands to Namaste, lift your sternum up, shoulders back and down, relax your elbows. Bring the thumb and index finger side of your palms towards each other. Relax them. Just observe a few breaths here. Close your eyes if you need to. This is a nice relaxation for the mind. Good. Open your eyes, release your hands. Take your hands out to the side, palms facing up. Drop your shoulder blades, spin the triceps. Then take your hands straight up and keep your hands about shoulder width apart. Bend the elbows a bit and spin your triceps in. Spin the bony part of the elbow, spin them in a bit so the triceps spin in, and then begin to straighten your arms and your mount and take the elbows back. And recharge the actions from the floor up again in your feet, thighs. Extend your spine with the action of your arms. Drop your tailbone, lift the lowest back rib up, stay here. Once again, refining the posture, position, and actions around the 12 major joints: ankle, knees, hip, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And release your hands in front. Interlock your fingers. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see my arms. Interlock your fingers. With your elbows bent, take your shoulders back and drop your shoulder blades down. Straighten your arms. And keeping the shoulders in place, take your hands above your head. Once again, work from the floor up. Foundation in your feet, extension in your spine. Widen your collarbones. Drop the shoulder blades down. Straighten the arms any amount. And take your elbows in line with your ears. Finally, take the floating ribs in and stay there. Holding your body with your actions, refining your actions, and relaxing wherever you feel tightness. Good. And release. We're going to work on the back body a bit. So let's see. I'm going to turn back and come back to Tadasana again here. Take your hands out to the side and hold your elbows behind you, behind your back. Try to pull the elbows in. Lift your sternum up. Work from the floor again, from your feet, thighs. Lift the sternum, take your shoulders back, and take the elbows back as well. Drop your tailbone, take the floating ribs in. Stay here. opening the front of the torso, and releasing your hands. Once again, take your hands out to the side, palms facing up. If you have reverse namaste, namaste behind your back, then if it's difficult for you to do it, watch and see. Maybe you can see here. You first touch your fingers with your fingers pointed forward down, then round your back a little bit, drop the shoulders, and point your fingers towards your back. Now, if you can create some space between your back and your fingers, then do that. Take the hands back and then turn it in the air. Take your fingers up your back and rest the outer edge of your hands, on your back. Work from the floor again, feet, thighs, sternum lifting. Take the shoulders back and taking your elbows back, bring the thumb and index finger side of your hands towards each other. And then finally take the floating ribs in. Stay here. Now we're going to go into eagle. Gomukhasana, cow pose, arms. So using your right hand, I'm mirroring you. Use your right hand to take your left hand up your back more. Push my thumb against the wrist and lift it up. And then take the right hand in line with your shoulder, palm facing up, shoulder blade down your back, and take it all the way up. I'm going to step forward so you can see my hand. And try to bring the upper arm, spin your tricep in, bring the upper arm behind your head, and bend the elbow. If you can clasp. If not, you can use the belt that's on your shoulder and walk your hands up as much as you can towards each other. Once you have the clasp, try not to struggle too much in this. Just go to wherever is easily accessible for you. Once you have the clasp, work the posture from the floor. Activate your thighs, lift your sternum, and lift the right side of your sternum. Take the right shoulder back. Use your head to, the left side of your sternum. Take the left shoulder back. Use your head to push the right arm back. Open the armpit chest area. Hold your body with your actions and suggest wherever you feel this to relax. I feel it right in my shoulder joint, the right one, as well as the tricep muscles on the right hand, a little bit in the low back on the left side. So relax all those areas. Good. And release, please. You may want to move the belt to the other shoulder if you're using the belt. And this time use your left hand to take your right hand up your back. Then lift the left hand in line with your shoulder, palm facing up. Drop your shoulder blade. Take the straight hand up. Spin the triceps in. Palm faces to the wall on the right. And try to take the upper arm behind your head. And then bend the elbow, clasp if you can, or just hold the belt and walk your hands up the belt. Again, don't struggle too much. Just go wherever is easily and comfortably accessible. And work from the floor again, the actions in your feet, your thighs. Lift the right sternum up, take the right shoulder back, spin the left tricep in, and lift your head to take the left hand back and open the armpit chest area. Now holding the body there with your actions, try to identify where am I feeling this. I feel it right in the left shoulder joint, a little bit in the collarbone neck region on the left side, as well as the tricep on the left side. On the right hand, slightly where the shoulder blade is, and in the right bicep a little bit in front of the shoulder. So suggest for all those areas to relax. Good. And release the clasp. Release your hands. Just shake it around a bit. You can move around a little bit. Tadasana is quite a mountain pose is quite a static posture, so it's nice to just release it walking around a bit. Okay. We're working a little bit on standing balance also today. So the next posture we're going to do is tree pose. Let's see, if you need support for balance, then you can use a wall. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you close to a wall, just so. Yeah, so putting your hand on the wall will help you get the balance a little more easy. So I'm going to mirror you. Lift your right leg up, hold the ankle, and place the foot high up. Take the heel high up to the perineum muscle. Continue to hold the ankle and release the right foot to the left thigh. Now hold the ankle loosely. Those of you who need support, continue to take the support with your left hand. Then activate the left thigh and push the left upper inner thigh bone into the right heel and foot. Relax the right foot and the hip joint. And those of you who are more, it's easier for you to balance, you can release your hand from the wall and place your hand on the hip. Now take your right hand and place it at the root of your right thigh, relaxing the foot on your thigh. Do an external rotation of the right hip joint, right thigh, upper thigh. Drop the right sit bone and square your hips. So bring the right hip forward slightly. Lift the chest up, the left shoulder especially, and place your right hand at your right knee. Lift your sternum up, keeping the hip squared. Take the right knee back with your hand to open the groin. Activate the left thigh. Lift your sternum up. Take the right knee back. Stay there, gazing at a point that's not moving. And if you're stable here, bring your hands to Namaste. Lift your sternum up again. Relax your shoulders. If you're not stable, then don't do too many arm variations. Just stay in a previous stage with the arm variations and focus on getting that stability. And if you continue to be stable here, you can take your hands out to the side. I don't have enough space here. And take your hands above your head, like in mountain pose. You just did that. Recharge the action in the left leg and the left thigh. Relax the right hip and foot. Lengthen your spine in tree pose. Gaze at a point that's not moving. And just observe your breath. Like a tree watches what's going on around it. Just observe your breath for a few rounds. And release your hands. Release your leg. Once again, you can just shake your legs out a bit. And going to the other side, if you're lifting the left leg up, if you need support, have the wall or your prop on the right side. Feet in Tadasana, mountain pose, which means they're pointing straight forward, heels out slightly. Lift your left leg up, hold the ankle. Right hand can be on your prop or your hip. And take the heel high up, your perineum, release the foot to your right inner thigh. Hold the ankle loosely. And first, apply the action in your right thigh to pull the right kneecap up and move the outer right hip in towards the midline. And that's the foundation in the posture. Relax the left foot into that. And placing your left hand at the root of your left thigh, Relax it and do an external rotation of the left thigh to drop the left sit bone. And then square your hips, taking the left hip forward. Place your left hand at the knee. Lift your sternum up, take the right shoulder back, and take the left knee back to open the groin and the hip joint. Stay here for a few breaths, finding the stability and the ease. Begin to look at a point that's not moving to help you focus. If you're stable, bring your hands to Namaste. Lift your sternum up, recharge the action of your right thigh, and moving up and in towards the left foot. Stay here for a few breaths. And then if you're stable, take your hands out to the side, palms facing up, and take your hands above your head. Recharge the right leg, relax the left hip, and lengthen with your arms. Open the hip joint. Gaze at a point that's not moving. Good. And release your hands, release your leg. Just shake out your legs a bit to open. Okay, we're going to do a few sun salutations. So come back to mountain pose and Tadasana. Maybe a little more relaxed expression of it. And just observe your breath as you breathe naturally for a few rounds. This helps to focus the mind into the breath and into the practice. Classical sun salutation. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, step your right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Inhale, take your hands above your head. Exhale and move to plank position. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis and navel. Lift your head and chest. In cobra, exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step your right leg in between your hands, left knee down and hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor and sink your hips. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, hands above your head, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Samasthiti. Continuing. Inhale, hands above your head. Activate your thighs to stabilize your legs. Exhale, relax your thighs and fold from the hip joint. Inhale, look at the wall in front. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Hands on the floor. Relax and open the front of the right thigh. Inhale, hands above your head. Continue to open the front of the right thigh. Exhale, move to plank position. Heel slightly back, activate your thighs in plank. Exhale, knees down, chest down, hips lifted. Inhale, drop your pelvis and navel. Lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Activate your thighs and you mount. Straighten you, open the back of the legs. Inhale, step your right leg forward, left knee down, and hands above your head. Exhale, hands to the floor. Open the front of the left thigh. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Look at the wall in front. Activate your thighs. Exhale, relax your thighs and fold. Inhale, hands above your head. Activate your thighs. Exhale, release your hands in Samasthiti. Continuing, inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen the sides of your waist. Exhale and fold with a long spine. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down, hands on the floor. Look at the wall in front. Inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen from the right arm a little bit more. Exhale, move to plank position. Shoulders in line with your wrists. Activate your thighs, navel in. Exhale, knees down, chest down. Lift your buttock bones up high to bring the arch into the low back. Inhale, drop your pelvis and navel. Lift your head and chest to open the mid and upper back. Exhale, look at your hands as you go to downward dog. Once you're in it, release your head. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, hands above your head. Energize a little more with your left hand. Exhale, hands to the floor, sinking your hips. Look at the wall in front. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Extend your spine. Exhale, fold from the hip joint with a long spine. Inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen the sides of your waist with the action of your arms. Exhale. Release your hands and rest in Samasthiti. Sun salutation A. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, relax and fold. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, step your legs, both your legs back to plank. Drop your knees down and bending your elbows back, bring your chest halfway to the floor or drop it all the way down like you did earlier. Inhale, lift your head and chest. In upward dog, knees can be on the floor. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. And this time you're going to stay here a little bit. So refine your actions. Find the roots of your fingers. Find the weight dropping there, especially the index finger and the thumbs. Take the energy up your arms, widen the collarbones, external rotation of the upper arms. Up your spine, lift your sit bones, and maybe lift your toes up to activate your thighs. And then relax your toes, keep the actions. Stay there for a few breaths. Inhale, step or jump your legs forward. Look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Inhale, hands above your head. Come up. Exhale. Release your hands. Samasthiti. One more. Inhale, hands above your head. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Fold with a long spine. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Step or jump your legs back and bring your body down to Chaturanga or a modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest to upward dog or a modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, straight right leg up behind you. Exhale, place the foot in between your hands. Inhale, come up, hands on your hips. Keep the knees slightly bent, square your hips and torso. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bend your left knee and bring your hips down. A few more times. Inhale up, exhale down. 2. Inhale up, exhale down. 3. Inhale up, exhale down. 4. Inhale up, exhale down. Stay down with your hips. Straighten the back leg. Take your hands above your head. Look up and stay here, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release your hands to the floor. Right leg back. Move down to chaturanga or a modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest to upward dog or a modification. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, lift your straight left leg up behind you. Exhale, foot between your hands. Inhale, come up, hands on your hips. Keep the knees slightly bent. Exhale, square your hips and torso. Inhale, straighten both legs. Keep the back leg straight. Exhale, bend the left knee, go down. 1, inhale up. Exhale down. 2, inhale up. Exhale down. 3, inhale. Exhale down. 4, inhale up. Exhale down. 5, stay down with your hips. Take your hands above your head, look up. Energize with the right hand and the right leg. Relax the right shoulder and the right knee and hip. 2, 3. Relax the left shoulder and the left knee and hip. Energize the right leg and right arm. And release your hands. Step your left leg back. Bring your body down in chaturanga or modification. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Upward dog or modification. Exhale, lift your hips back and up to downward dog. Inhale, step or jump your legs forward, look at the wall in front. Exhale, relax your hips and fold. Your head come up. Exhale. Release your hands in Samasthiti. Okay. We're going to do a standing twist. And before we get into it, I just want to show you the different ways you can do it. The first is to, standing in mountain pose, just lift the leg up and hold the right knee with the left hand. Lift your chest, drop the right hip, lift your left sternum up, take your hand back and look back and stay here. And bring the right knee a little bit in and up. Stay here in a standing twist like this. Okay. The next choice is if you have a wall or a chair that you can put your leg on, then lift the leg up and place it on the wall or the chair. And this time your leg can be straight. Work the left leg, lift the sternum, and you're going to twist to your right like this. Okay. Those of you who've been practicing longer and you're more open, then you can hold the foot, lift up, relax the right, straighten the right leg, lift the abdomen, and do it in the air like this. This is a little more challenging, so see what works for you. Okay, I'm going to show it with my leg on the wall, the intermediate one. So like I said, you can either bend the knee, straighten the leg, put it on the wall or a chair, second. Third is straighten the leg, hold it in the air, and twist, which is the most challenging. Okay, so I'm going to show you the intermediate one. Let's begin. Come to mountain pose and lift your right leg up and hold or place wherever is comfortable for you. If you're holding the knee, if you're straightening in the air, straighten in the air. And first, activate the left leg, lift your sternum up, relax the right hip, stay here. Then place your left hand on the right leg if you don't already have it, and lift your left sternum up, take your right shoulder back, right arm back, and twist to your right. Drop the right hip, activate the left leg. Lift the left sternum, twist the spine. Good. And release. Release your leg. Let's do it on the other side. Stand in mountain pose and either lift the leg up and hold the knee, or lift it up, place it on the wall, or you can hold the foot in the air. And first, activate the right leg, lift your sternum up facing forward, drop the left hip with your left hand, then place your right hand, if you don't already have it, lift your abdomen, twist from the abdomen, take the left hand back, activate the right leg, lift the right sternum, twist the spine from your shoulders, and look back. And release the twist, release your leg, and come back to your mat, please. You can face the camera standing at the center of your mat. You're going to do a few forward folds here. So step or jump your legs apart, hands apart. I like to align the back of my heels with the edge of the mat. And pigeon toe your feet in a bit so the toes are in. Palms facing down, relax your shoulders, relax your hips. Then turn your palms up, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, bring your hands in line with your shoulders on the floor or your bricks. And first, we have to open the hip joint here. So inhale and look at the wall in front to bring your spine to a straight, flat, or a concave position. Push down on your wrist, lift your sternum, lengthen the sternum forward. Then activate your thighs and lift the sit bones up to open the hamstrings. Now, if your hamstrings are more open and your legs are straight, then you're ready to fold a bit. If this is challenging enough for you, if your hamstrings are tight and you're not able to straighten your legs, just stay here in the half position, lengthening your spine, lifting the sit bones up, straight arms, straight spine, and straighten the back of the legs. That's your work to open the hip joint. If you're more open, take your hands back in between your heels. Once again, inhale, lengthen the sternum forward, lift the sit bones up, straight arms, straight spine, straight legs. If your legs are straight, keep looking slightly forward, fold, relax the hip joint, and bring your head towards or on the floor by relaxing the hips. And bring your elbows towards each other, shoulders up your back. Relax the outer ankles to the floor. Spin your inner groins back. Push down in the big toe mounds. And stay here. Relax here. Inhale, come to the half position. Pigeon toe your feet in a bit, walk them in. Hands on your hips, knees bent. Lift your torso up. Bring your legs together. And release your hands. Okay, we're going to do triangle now. And if you have a wall that you can use, then head towards it and let's do it on the wall. We're going to do triangle and half moon. If you don't have a wall that you can use, then just do it at the center on your mat. Okay. I'm also going to use a brick. So if you have a brick, please to use it. Place the brick against the wall this way on the taller height and wider, and stand just in front, or let me show it to you on the other side so I'm mirroring you. Stand just in front of the brick with, with your heels touching the brick. Then step your left leg apart and pigeon toe your feet in slightly. Take your hands in line with your shoulders and point your right foot out. So there'll be a little bit of a gap between your hip and the wall. Now wrap the right arm behind you and try to hold the thigh or the hip, the right thigh or the hip. Release, just relax the right hand to your leg. We're going into triangle, which means both the legs are straight. Now relax the hip joint, move the right hip back. You can use your hand to help you with that. And away from the wall, reach with the right hand, and then release the hand to the brick. Now here, you have the reference of the wall. So bend the right knee a little bit. Take your head and chest towards the wall. Maybe release your right shoulder on the wall and move your hips forward. Move the right hip away from the wall. You can use your hand there, the left hand, to help you move it away. Then activate and straighten the left leg. Lift the right sternum up. Take the left shoulder back towards the wall, and keeping the right hip moving away from the wall, lift your left hand up and try to place the left shoulder on the wall in triangle. Relax the right hip towards the left hip, right sit bone towards the left sit bone. Lengthen the spine and twist it. Now wrap the arm again. Move the hip away from the wall, the right hip. Bending the right knee, step the left foot in a bit. Take the brick about 1.5 feet in front, and keeping the right knee bent, flex the left foot and lift it up. Now, move your head and chest to the wall and do an outer rotation of the right thigh as you straighten it, and move the right hip away from the wall. Now, if you notice, my left foot is away from the wall. Now, keeping the hip away, take the left heel back to the wall. Let it touch. Place the left shoulder on the wall. Right hip moving away from the wall, and take your hand up. Bring your left shoulder to the wall, and see, maybe you can ground your left calf muscle on the wall. Good. And release, please. Come down and come up. Okay. Let's try it on the other side. Place the brick against the wall. Stand with your heels touching the brick, and step your right leg apart. Pigeon toe your feet in. Take your hands out to the side. Point the left foot out. Wrap the right arm behind you. Release the left hand to your left leg. Now relax the hip joint. Move the left hip towards the right hip. Lean towards the left. And then take your left hand up. Reach for the wall in front. Look at the wall in front. And release the hand to the brick. Now bend the right knee a little bit. External rotation of the left thigh. Move the hip away from the wall. Activate and straighten the right thigh. Right thigh, move the left hip away from the wall. Lengthen the left sternum. Place your head on the wall and take the right shoulder back as your left hip comes forward. Lengthen the spine and then twist it, and then take your hand up. Maybe bring the right shoulder towards the wall as your left hip moves forward. Stay there. Straighten the left elbow, lengthen the left sternum. Wrap the hand behind you, bend the left knee a little bit, step your right leg forward, take the brick about a foot and a half in front, keep the left knee bent. Flex the right foot and lift it up. It will be away from the wall. Now take your head and shoulder, left shoulder to the wall. Straighten the left leg, external rotation of the left thigh, and move the left hip away from the wall. Use your hand to help you with it. Then, keeping the hip away, take the right heel to the wall, lengthen the spine, and twist the spine, take the right shoulder towards the wall. Then take the hand up, and maybe the shoulder touches, and look up. Stay there. Try to move the left hip away from the wall so it's not touching, and drag your right heel away from the calf muscle on the wall. And release, please. And come up. Good. Okay. Let's go into child's pose. Just resting here. Those postures, of course, both of those are really good for your legs, your hips, and your spine, the low back, shoulders. Many benefits all around. Okay. And go into child's pose, please. I'm just adjusting my mic here. Go into child's pose with your hands in front. Use your hands in front to push your hips back towards your heels. Relax your forehead on the floor. Stay here, just observing your breath and allowing your body to relax. Keep your hips moving towards your heels and take your hands back. Rest your wrists close to your ankles. Release your elbows to the floor and relax your shoulders. And child's pose is a relaxation posture. We focused a little more on the actions in the previous postures. Try to focus on relaxing more in this one. Using your awareness, relax your ankles and spread the tops of your feet on the floor. Release your knees and allow your shin bones to descend towards the floor. Relax your hips and allow the back of your thighs to rest on your calf muscles. Relax your wrists and elbows and allow your forearms to rest on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Release your throat, face, and eyes. And just observe your breath as you breathe naturally for a minimum of 10 rounds. Then slowly lift your torso up and come out of child's pose. Release your legs from under and just come to Dandasana first. Straighten your legs, lift your sternum up. Then we're going to do a couple of back bending postures. So lie down on your stomach, on your front body. Release your hands behind you and turn your head to one side. And just shake your torso from left to right a bit so the lower abdomen, pelvic region, and the abdomen can relax. And then just stay there, relaxing for a few breaths. Okay, bring your chin to the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders on either side of your chest. Elbows will be up in the air, close to the torso. Bring your straight legs together. Ground your pubic bone and navel to the floor. Inhale, lift your straight legs up behind you and lift your head and chest. Elbows towards your torso, shoulders moving up and back and down. Stay there. Good. Release your head, turn your head to one side. Release your hands back. Rest for a moment. And bring your chin again to the floor. Keep your hands back as they are. Bring your straight legs together behind you. Drop your pubic bone and navel to the floor. Inhale, lift your straight legs up. Lift your head and chest. Take the shoulders up. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. You can press the back of your wrists to help you work and open the shoulder joint. Stay here, please. Good. And release again. Turn your head to the other side, maybe. Relax. And bring your chin to the floor. Bring your straight legs together behind you. Interlock your fingers above your hips. And straightening your elbows, lift your chest up, lift your head up, lift your legs up. Bring the elbows towards your back. And stay up. And release, please. And then turn around, lie down on your back. That can be in the same direction. I'm just going to the other side. And we're going to do a few bridge postures. 3 of them. So start with your knees bent, feet in line with your hips, in front of the hips. And the first one, grip the sides of your mat, tuck your shoulder blades under, and exhale, lift your hips up, roll your shoulders under, elbows on the floor, and pushing down on your feet and elbows, lift your hips up and stay there, please. Tuck your tailbone, navel into the spine. And release. Take a deep inhalation and exhale. Second one, you can repeat the same arm variation that we just did, holding the sides of the mat, or lift your hips up, interlock your fingers under your hips, move your shoulders away from your ears, Then lifting the pinky toes off the floor slightly, drop your elbows, lift your hips up, bring the chest towards the chin, and keeping the elbows down, begin to take your pinky fingers towards the floor. Tuck the tailbone, navel into spine. Good. And release. Take a deep inhalation and exhalation. Third arm variation is holding the ankles, but you have to have a more supple spine for that. You can repeat any of the previous two, either gripping the sides of the mat or interlocking your fingers under your hips. If you're more open, then hold your ankles and lift your hips up, roll your shoulders under, and pressing down on the elbows and your feet. Tuck the tailbone, lift your hips up, bring your chest towards your chin, and stay here. And release your hips, release your hands, and hug. Let's see, hug your knees into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest to release the low back. And release your feet on the floor. We're going into a twist. Keep your legs, knees as they are, feet as they are. Just lift your hips up slightly, move them to the right, and drop your hips back down on the floor. Straighten the left leg along the floor and pull the right knee in with your left hand, and keeping the knee moving in towards the chest, bring the right leg to the left and release the inner edge of the foot on the floor, as well as the inner knee towards the floor to twist the spine, lower back. Flex both your feet and lift the left sternum up. Exhale, reach with your right arm and try to relax the muscles around the spine and bring your right shoulder towards the floor. Inhale, lift the left sternum. You can use your left elbow to push down and reach with the right arm. Right shoulder towards the floor. One more time. Flex your feet. Lift the left sternum. Exhale, reach with the right arm. Twist the spine. Then finally look to your right. Hold your body with your actions. And using your breath, relax wherever you feel the tightness. I feel it in the back of my right hip, the right low back, and also a little bit in the right shoulder, upper back as well. So just using the mind suggests for those areas to relax and let them respond in an action of relaxation and release. Good. Come back to center. Bend, bend both your knees. Lift and move your hips only to the left. Straighten the right leg along the floor. Using your right hand, pull the left knee into your chest first to open the hip joint. Then bring the left leg, inner foot, and the inner knee towards around the floor to twist the low back, low spine. Flex both feet, turning the left palm up. Push on your right elbow. Inhale, lift the right sternum up. Flex both feet. Exhale, relax your spine. Reach with the left hand and twist. Relax into the twist. Inhale, flex both feet, lift the right sternum, push down with the right elbow. Exhale and twist the spine. Bring the left shoulder down to the floor. Elbow and shoulder. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Lengthen the right sternum. Exhale and twist. This is just like what you did standing, but we're reclining here. So there's a little bit of a different experience in the reclining posture. Now hold your body with your actions. Relax. For me, I can feel it in the left outer hip, left side of the lower back, a little bit in the neck too. So relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax your spine, relax your hips, flex your feet, and just stay there. Good. And release, please. Come back to center. And let's see. Roll over to your side. Come up. And come to Dandasana with your legs straight forward. Move the flesh from under the buttocks so the sit bones can spread. Place your hands next to your hips and lift your sternum up. Take the shoulders back. Drop your shoulder blades down. Bring your elbows towards your torso. Flex your feet. Drag your heels away from your calf muscles. Spread the toes and push out from the big toe mounds. Activate the thighs to lift the kneecaps up and spin the inner groins down towards the floor. Stay here, looking at your big toes. Keeping everything as it is, bring your hands to Namaste. Lift your sternum up. Relax your shoulders and elbows. Interlock your fingers, straighten your arms in front, and take your hands above your head. Lengthen with the action of your arms. Try to bring the elbows in line with your ears. Look up, release the interlock if you need to, and keep looking at your hands. Fold from the hip joint, bring your torso towards the legs, relax it down. And once you've gone to your capacity, then release the hands and hold wherever's comfortable for you. I'm holding the outside. I'm a little more open in my hamstrings so I can hold the outside. But you may have to hold just the feet or even the legs like this, okay? Depending on how open you are. Wherever you are in the posture, stay in the half position. Lengthen the sternum forward. Look at your big toes. And maybe you just stay here in the half position. Don't fold anymore. Just lengthen the sternum. This will open the hip joint and it will open the hamstrings. If you're more open, in a forward fold, lengthen the sternum forward. Exhale and take the elbows out to the side and fold from the hip joint to go lower. Continue to look at your big toes. Inhale, lengthen the sternum forward. Exhale, take the elbows out, relax the hip joint, and bring your chest closer. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the sternum. Exhale. This time, release your head and just rest there. Don't try to go any deeper. Just relax. And come to the half position. Interlock your fingers. Take your hands up above your head. Lengthen the spine to release from forward folding. And release your hands next to your hips. Okay. We're going to do just a couple of inversions, and I'm going to keep it simple because I don't know who's practicing and whether you can get into headstand or not. Maybe some of you, I don't know if you do headstand on your own and it's a safe practice, you've been doing it for a while, you can, but I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to show you a very relaxed inversion. So you get the benefits of the inversion sitting sideways at a wall. So the hips touch, the right side of the hip touches. Then take your legs up the wall, roll over to your side, and legs straight up, hips touching, and back on the. Release your hands, flex your feet, activate your thighs, push your tailbone down slightly, and take your navel in. Stay here, please. Then you can even just relax here. Relax your actions. Allow your spine to rest. And just relax here. Nothing much to do than to relax. And allow the inversion to permeate the circulatory system, the lymphatic system, it's influencing the more internal functionings of your body. And there's nothing much for you to do than just stay here, relaxing and observing your breath. Relax your throat, the skin on your face and your eyes. And we're going to do a supported version of shoulder stand using the wall. Just briefly, bend your knees slightly, feet on the floor. Feet will be higher than the knees. Bring your elbows in and using the wall, lift your hips up, support your back with your hands. Bring your elbows in and walk your hands down your back and try to straighten the front of the spine. Lift the pubic bone up and lengthen from the pubic bone to the navel, navel to the throat, to the sternum, sternum to the throat, and stay here. Good. Release your hips slowly. Bend your knees. Gently roll over to your side. And come up. Make your way back to your mat. And lie down in Shavasana. Final resting posture. Tuck your tailbone. Square your hips. Lengthen the lower back. Straighten your legs. And tuck your shoulders under, palms facing up. Long back of head, back of neck. And then just let it go. Relax. Let go of your breath. Allow your breath to completely relax. into its natural state. Slow and soft breathing. Relax your muscles away from your bones and allow your skeletal system to just become heavy into the earth. Just relaxing so the muscles completely let go. Relax from the outer layer of your skin, from the top of your head all the way to the toes, towards the internal layers of your physical body, including your organs and the spaces within. Soften your eyes, the sides of your temple, your sides of your ears, the temple, jaw, tongue, lips, teeth, throat. Releasing any actions, effort, as well as thoughts that are in residual from the practice. And just enjoying the integration of the effects of your practice into your being, physical, mental, and emotional. And observe your breath as you breathe naturally. Take a deeper inhalation and exhalation. Move your fingers and toes. Give yourself an overhead stretch with your arms. Flex your feet and lengthen the low back. Bend your knees. Roll over to your side. Support your head with your upper arm. Then pushing down with the floor with your other arm. Look at the floor and come up to a comfortable seated posture. Namaste. Thank you very much. And we hope to see you in future in person soon. Things are changing, things are getting better. So hopefully we will see you soon. Till then, we'll see you online. Namaste. Thank you very much.